Chanting the names of noble Mañjushrī from the words of the Buddha. In the Indian language, Arya Mañjushrī Nama Sangiti. In Tibetan, Papa Jampagi Senyantapa Joba. In English, chanting the names of the noble Mañjushrī. Homage to ever-youthful Mañjushrī. Then Rajadhara, ever-glorious, supreme subduer of the hard to tame, the hero conquering the triple world, the Vajra Lord and master of all secrets, with eyes wide open like white lotuses, his face just like a lily in full bloom, while shaking in his hand repeatedly a Vajra of the highest excellence. Accompanied by countless Vajrapanis, with features such as fierce, turbulent brows, subduers of the hard to tame, heroes appearing with heroic, hideous forms. Brandishing in their hands their mighty Vajras, the tips of which emit intensive light, great benefactors to all living beings, through skill, through insight, and through great compassion. With pleased and happy attitudes, with joy, their bodies those of wrathful deities, protectors who assist the Buddha's deeds, their bodies bowing reverentially. Paid homage to the true awakened one, protector, blessed one, Tathagata, and joining his two palms respectfully, he said before the Lord the following: O omnipresent Lord, for my well-being, with due concern for me and for my sake, that I may reach complete awakening upon the basis of illusion's net, and for the sake of every living being, sunk deep into the mud of ignorance, their thoughts disturbed by various afflictions, so that they may obtain the highest fruit. May you, the most supreme awakened one, the blessed one, the world's guru and teacher, who knows the great Samaya's reality, aware of wishes and abilities, reveal to us the great name chanting of the wisdom body of the Blessed One, the great Ushnisha, master of all speech, the self-arising wisdom emanation. The wisdom deity called Mañjushrī, these names with meaning both profound and vast, of great significance, unmatched, serene, with goodness at their start, middle and end, proclaimed by the Buddhas of the eons past, and to be taught by Buddhas yet to come, and taught not once, but time and time again, by all the Buddhas of the present age, which were respectfully recited in illusion's net, the Tantra most supreme, by multitudes of mighty Vajrapanis, the joyous guardians of secret mantras. Just this I shall uphold with firm resolve, until I reach my final liberation, so that I may become, O great protector, the bearer of the Buddha's every secret. This I shall reveal to all living beings, according to each one's capacity, in order that afflictions may be quelled, so ignorance may fully be dispelled. With this request to the Tathagata, the master of all secrets, Vajrapani, his body bowed, his palms politely joined, then stood before the Lord devotedly. And so the Blessed One, Lord Shakyamuni, the best of men, the fully awakened one, extending from his mouth his handsome tongue, a tongue unmatched in both its breadth and length, displaying a gentle smile to living beings, a smile that fills the threefold world with light, that tames the enemy, the four maras, that ends unwanted birth in all three forms. His voice, melodious like that of Brahma, completely filling all the triple world, replied as follows to the Lord of Secrets, to Vajrapani, the strongest of the strong: that you, abounding in supreme compassion and aiming to assist all living beings, are willing and prepared to hear from me this evil-quelling, purifying chanting. The chanting of the names, so filled with meaning, of Manjushri's embodiment of wisdom, how truly excellent, O Vajradhara, how excellent of you, O Vajrapani. And so I shall, O Master of all secrets, reveal just that to you most splendidly, with single-minded focus. Listen well. How excellent, responded Vajrapani, so truly excellent, O Blessed One. And then the Blessed One, Lord Shakyamuni, surveyed in full the family great with mantras, the family of the Vidyas and the mantras, the family that is threefold by its nature, the family of and yet beyond the world, the family great in bright in the world, the foremost family of Mahamudra, and so the family great with great Ushnishas. And then about the Lord of Speech he spoke these verses, which include 6 kingly mantras, which manifest from non-duality, which bear the quality of non-arising. A, E, U, E, Om, Au, Sthiti, Hridi, Jana, Murti, Aham, Buddho, Buddhanam, Triya, Dva, Varatinam, Om, Vaja, Tikshana, Dukkha, Cheda, Prajna, Jana, Murtaya, Jana, Kaya, Vagishvara, Arapasanaya, Te Nama. And so, he is the Blessed One, the Buddha, awakened fully, born of letter A. He is the letter A, the foremost phoneme, supreme most syllable, with meaning great. Arises from great vital force, unborn, beyond expression, based on words of speech. The foremost cause of every form of speech, the shining forth of every kind of language. Great feast, who takes the form of great passion, producing bliss in every sentient being. Great feast, who takes the form of great anger, great enemy of every mental poison. Great feast, who is by nature great delusion, delusion's vanquisher for deluded minds. Great feast, who is in essence great fury, great adversary to all furiousness. Great feast, who takes the form of great desire, who vanquishes desire in all forms. He is great carnal lust, he is great bliss, he is great happiness, he is great joy. With great appearance, bearing form supreme, with great complexion, marked by great physique, with great renown, the great munificent one, his mandala voluminous and great. The bearer of the mighty sword of wisdom, the foremost goad for taming great afflictions, possessing great renown, his glory great, his brightness great, his lustre most supreme. Most wise upholder of the great illusion, fulfiller of great illusion's aims, enraptured by the great illusion's rapture, the great illusion's great illusionist. The foremost lord of great munificence, supreme upholder of great discipline, intent supporter of great tolerance, with valor rooted in great diligence. Samadhi resting through great meditation, endowed with bodies flowing from great wisdom, both great in strength and great in skillful means, a brimming ocean filled with vows of knowledge. By nature great in kindness, limitless, the foremost mind, enriched by great compassion, of great insight, of great intelligence, great dexterous one, with methods ever great. Commanding power and great miracles, with driving force supreme, with speed unmatched, renowned great Lord of foremost majesty, most valorous owing to his great might. Destroying the massive mountain of becoming, unyielding, holding strong a massive Vajra, great terrifying Lord, the great cruel one, provoking fear in great and daunting creatures. Protector as the greatest of all Vidyas, a Guru as the greatest of all mantras, traversing well the Mahana's path, himself the Mahana's foremost way. He is Mahavarachana, the Buddha, great sage, observing great intensive silence, arising from the great mantra way. He is at heart the great mantra way. Accomplished in the 10 paramitas, having the 10 paramitas as home, in whom the 10 paramitas are pure, for whom the 10 paramitas are means. Protector, reigning over all the 10 grounds, residing steadily on all 10 grounds, made pure in nature by the tenfold knowledge, maintaining purity through tenfold knowledge. With tenfold forms, intent on tenfold content, with tenfold strength, pervasive, Lord of sages, achieving every aim for every being, endowed with tenfold mastery, supreme, beginningless, complexity devoid, by nature pure, reality in essence, unwavering, a speaker of the truth, with speech and actions perfectly aligned. A teacher of the non-dual truth, non-dual, atop reality's most lofty peak, whose selfishness is wild lion's roar, instilling fear in deer-like misled seekers. With journeys fruitful, travelling everywhere, as swift as thoughts in all Tathagatas, a victor, slayer of all foes, triumphant Lord, a universal king with forces great. Assembly head, instructor for assemblies, assembly lord, assembly chief, the ruler, most influential, bearing precious burdens, not other bound, his way the greatest way. The Lord of all speech, the master of expression, most skilled in words, adept with languages, truthful, with boundless words, the teacher of the truth, providing teachings on the fourfold truth. Not coming back, not turning round, Rhino, leader of the Pratyeka Buddhas, gone forth by going forth in different ways, the single cause of all great elements. Arhat, Bhikshu, defilements exhausted, devoid of passion, master of the senses, arrived at comfort, met with security, for he, having cooled down, is free from stains. Equipped in full with knowledge and its base, a Sugata, best knower of the world, not thinking of me, not clinging unto mine, established in the system of the two truths. Upon the edge of cyclist life's far shore, with deeds accomplished, resting on the bank, emerging from untainted, lone awareness, with sword-like insight ever penetrating. The Son, the Dharma King, the noble Dharma, supreme illuminator of the world, the Dharma Lord, the sovereign of the Dharma, the teacher of the path to excellence. Accomplishing all goals, fulfilling aims, completely free from wants of any kind, bereft of thought, a non-depleting source, the Dharma source, supreme beyond decay. Enriched by merit, merit's gathering, unique great wisdom, wisdom rich, aware of what exists and what does not, while gathering the twofold gathering. Eternal yogin, king of everywhere, the object and the mind of concentration, the master of intelligent reflection, for by oneself alone he is experienced. Immovable, the ultimate beginning, the hold of the three enlightened bodies. The Buddha, formed of the five embodiments, the omnipresent, made of five wisdoms. His diadem with five awakened ones, with all five eyes, maintaining non-attachment. The great progenitor of all the Buddha's eminent and foremost son, rising from the world of true insight, the sourceless Dharma source, existence ending. Comprised of Rajas, wholly dense and firm, the newborn sovereign ruler of the world, emerging from the sky, the self-arisen, a massive blaze of knowledge and of insight. Illuminating, beacon of great light, a lamp of wisdom, shining brilliantly, a light for beings, a lantern unto wisdom, with energy supreme, most radiant. The Vidya King, the greatest mantra's lord, the Mantra King achieving noble aims, the great Ushnisha, marvelous Ushnisha, the Lord of space, revealer of all things. The best embodiment of every Buddha, with eyes, the joy of every living being, creator manifesting varied forms, great sage, deserving praise, deserving worship. A mandarin born unto the triple family, upholding mantras of the foremost pledge, the greatest bearer of the triple gem, who teaches all three peerless vehicles. With snare unfailing, most victorious, the snatcher of ever great, the Vajra snare, the Vajra hook, the snare of excellence. Called Vajrabharava, he is terrific, six-faced, king of anger, hideous, six-eyed, six-armed, the ever-powerful, bearing his terrible fangs, a skeleton, hala, 100 faces proud. The Yama killer, ruling obstacles, instilling fear with Vajra impetus, with Vajra hearted, famous for his Vajra, with belly large, with Vajra's evolution. The Vajra born, the sovereign of the Vajra, akin to space, his core comprised of Vajras, unmoving, haughty with his single dreadlock, his clothes an elephant's raw hide, still moist. The great terrific one, who cries, ha ha, who screams, he, instilling fervent fear, his laugh a screeching laugh, a booming laugh, he is the Vajra laugh, the mighty howl. He is the noble Sattva, Vajra Sattva, the Vajra sovereign lord, the highest bliss, the Vajra's wrathfulness, the highest joy, intoning hums of Vajra Humkara. With Vajra arrows serving as his weapon, his sword comprised of Vajras slashing all, upholding every Vajra, Vajra bearing, with just a single Vajra ending strife. With eyes like Vajra fire, truly dreadful, with hair that's like a Vajra set ablaze, immersion of the Vajra, great immersion, with eyes like Vajras, eyes 100-fold. With Vajra hairs that sprout upon his body, his unique figure marked by Vajra hairs, with nails advancing, Vajras at their tips, with skin that's solid like a Vajra core. The splendid master, donning Vajra garlands, adorned with Vajra fashion ornaments, with booming voice, his laughter crying ha ha, 6-syllable, producing Vajra rumbles. Great Manjushrī, sound supremely loud, a roar unique unto the threefold world, the voice that reaches every bound of space, preeminence amongst all voice endowed. He is a being whose fully realized truth, reality its peak and selflessness, supreme in propagating emptiness, unspoken, teaching both the deep and vast. The Dharma conch, emitting piercing sound, the Dharma gong with lasting resonance, arriving at unbounded liberation, he is a Dharma drum in all directions. Without a form, with handsome form, supreme, replete with forms diverse, comprised of mind, with splendor shining through his every form, with all reflections under his control. Invincible, renowned Lord Supreme, the Lord Supreme who rules the threefold world, abiding on the noble's lofty path, great source of flourishing, the Dharma's crown. With youthful form, unique unto all worlds, the elder, senior father of all beings, adorned with 32 auspicious marks, most beautiful, most handsome in all worlds. The teacher, teaching mundane good and knowledge, the teacher to all beings, most confident, the world's most trusted guide, protector, saviour, the refuge unsurpassed, the guardians. With rich enjoyments filling all the space, the knowledge ocean of omniscient beings, while smashing through the shell of ignorance and breaking through the cage of cyclic life. The thorough quell of intense affliction, arriving at samsara's opposite shore, his crown, the crown of wisdom, consecration, his ornaments comprising perfect Buddhas. The soother of the pain of threefold pain, the end of the trio, ending free, arriving at the threefold liberation, completely free of every obscuration, having achieved equality skylike. Beyond the stains of every last affliction, aware of timelessness in all three times, most eminent amongst all sentient beings, the crown amongst those crowned with noble virtues. Completely free from every kind of substrate, established firmly on the path of space, a splendid wish-fulfilling jewel in hand, the best of all that's precious, omnipresent. Great wish-fulfilling tree, most plentiful, the greatest of all the great auspicious vases, fulfilling the aims of living beings, a doer, an ally, most beloved to all creatures. Aware of good and bad, aware of times, the omnipresent knower of the pledges, upholding pledges, conscious of occasions, awake to varied aptitudes in beings, with expertise in threefold liberation. With virtues, knowing Dharma, auspicious, source of all auspiciousness, of all auspicious things, the most auspicious, great splendor, glory, good, most prosperous. Great reassurance, foremost celebration, great joyousness, the highest form of pleasure, abundance, reverence, action venerables, great happiness, the noble Lord of splendor. The greatest granter of all wishes, wished for, the highest source of refuge, refuge granting, the fearsome enemy of potent danger, alleviating danger in all forms. With tufts of hair, with plumes of luscious hair, with matted locks, cord-tied, five-faced, with 5 hair tufts, his head well crowned, his head adorned with garlands of 5 strands. Upholding great observances, head shaven, the foremost of observances, chaste student, with great austerities, perfected fully. He is the greatest bather, Gautama. A Brahmin, Brahma, a know-of-all Brahman, arrived in full at Brahman Nirvana, awakening its branches, liberation, release, complete tranquility, quiescence. Nirvana, peacefulness, tranquility, approaching, graceful entry to Nirvana, the culmination, the ending, pain and pleasure, the state devoid of passion, free from substrates. Beyond defeat, unmanifest, unmatched, not making manifest, appearance free, pervasive, timeless, fully omnipresent, minute, beyond defilements, seed free, unstained, devoid of passions, passionless, controlling humours, free from every illness, by nature most awakened, fully aware, omniscient, knowing everything, supreme. Beyond reality as consciousness, pristine awareness, bearing non-dual form, beyond conceptualizations, effort-free, acting as Buddhas do in every age. The Buddha, endless and beginningless, the Buddha at the start, devoid of sequence, with wisdom as his only eye, unstained, Tathagata, with wisdom as his body. The sovereign of all language, great debater, the king of discourse, best of orators, the best and greatest of all communicators, the unassailable, the lion of speech. with universal vision, true delight, with fire garlands, handsome to behold, the endless knot, most radiant, great lustre, with shining rays, in hand providing light. The best and foremost of all great physicians, unequalled in removing thorns of pain, a tree providing medicine for all, a foe opposing every malady. The lovely crowning jewel of all the three worlds, a cluster of the stars, most glorious, the end of space in all its 10 directions, the hoisting high of Dharma's victory flag. Sharing one large umbrella with the world, with love and kindness as his mandala, the celebrated lotus lord of dance, pervasive with his precious parasol, the blazing energy of all the Buddhas, with bodies fully shared by all the Buddhas, the highest union formed with all the Buddhas, the single teaching taught by all the Buddhas. Most glorious with the Vajraratna's blessing, the highest sovereign Lord of Savaratna, the King Supreme of Savalokeshvara, the Lord and High of Sava Vajradhara. The quintessential mind of Sava Buddha, residing in the mind of every Buddha, the greatest body born of every Buddha, the lovely speech enriching every Buddha. The scorching brightness from the Vajra sun, with stainless lustre from the Vajra moon, great passion of the passionless and others, with multicolored rays that brightly blaze. The perfect Buddha's perfect Raja posture, retaining for all beings the Buddha's Dharma, the lotus Buddha's celebrated sun, the knowledge treasure for the omniscient. The sovereign king controlling all illusions, the foremost master of the Buddha's spells, called Vrajatikshana, sword supremely mighty, completely pure, the highest syllable. Atop pain's remedy, the Mahayana, with Vajradharma as his mighty weapon, with Vajra depth, renowned as Jinajik, with Vajra thought, aware of how things are. Perfecting all perfections perfectly, adorned by all the grounds of Bodhisattvas, the selflessness of pure phenomena, with lustre that is moonlight unto knowledge. With great endeavours as illusory nets, the foremost master of ruling every tantra, endowed in full with every Vajra posture, completely furnished with all wisdom bodies. Completely good with intellect supreme, the embryo of earth sustaining beings, great embryo from which all Buddhas form, with emanation circles most diverse. The highest nature of all entities, supportive of the nature of all things, with goals for all, with dharmas unarisen, supportive of the nature of all dharmas. With full awareness of phenomena, in but an instant as a wisest sage, with vivid realization of all dharmas, he is a sage, the greatest intellect, the vanquisher of hosts of evil spirits. Unwavering, completely pure in nature, grasping in the wakefulness of perfect Buddhas, the direct realization of all Buddhas, he is a flame of wisdom luminous. The great fulfiller of desired aims, the purifier of all evil states, the greatest of all living beings, protector, the earnest liberator of all creatures. Unrivaled knight in battle with afflictions, humiliating ignorance, his foe, the celebrated mind of amorousness, endowed with the forms heroic and repulsive, the dancer moving to and fro, his hundreds of lengthy arms while setting down his stride, the dancer spreading through the whole of space and filling it with streamlets 100 arms. Stood tall atop the surface of the earth, the sole of just 1 foot pervading all, stood tall atop the summit of the world, the nail of his big toe suppressing all. Whose aim is one, whose aim is non-dual Dharma, whose aim is ultimate, beyond destruction, whose mind consists in groups of consciousness, with varied objects, forms, cognitions. Amused with every object of existence, a mind of passion, loving emptiness, transcending worldly passion and the like, with great enjoyment for the threefold world. With fair complexion, white like pristine clouds, with radiance like beams from autumn moon, with lustre rivaling the morning suns, with nails emitting light of crimson red, whose handsome crown has sterling sapphires, whose hair has tips of sapphire deep blue, with glory from the light of his great jewel, adorned with emanations of the Buddhas. The shaker of 100 worldly realms, his strength the 4 miraculous powers, reality with mindfulness supreme, samadhi king of fourfold mindfulness. infused with scents from bloom on Bodhi's branches, an ocean of Tathagata's virtues, with knowledge of the Eightfold Path's true way, with knowledge of the path of perfect Buddhas. The great attachment to all living beings, attachment-free, comparable to space, when springing up in every creature's mind, he is for every being as swift as mind. Aware of all aptitudes of beings, while captivating every creature's mind with insight into aggregated natures, himself with fully pure 5 aggregates. Atop the peak of every going forth, most skilled in going forth in every way, established in all paths of going forth, the teacher of all forms of going forth. Uprooting all becoming with 12 links, endowed with purity in all 12 forms, his form the way of fourfold noble truth, with realization of the eightfold knowledge. With meaning of the truths in 12-fold form, aware of suchness in its 16 forms, with true awakening in 20 forms, awakened fully, knowing all supreme. Dispatching countless sets of some 10 million embodiments of emanating Buddhas, the final realization of all moments, who knows each moment's object for all minds, and manifesting for the sake of beings with means derived from varied vehicles, gone forth by the way of all 3 vehicles, remaining in the single vehicle's fruit. With purified afflictive spheres at heart, annihilating every karmic sphere, arrived atop dry land from flooding oceans, emerged from yoga's perilous dark grove. Released from the general, minor and complete afflictions and their latent tendencies, with insight, means and formless empathy, achieving fruitful aims for living beings. Abiding object-free through all perceptions, with consciousness as object, with cessation, with every being the object of his mind, with knowledge that's the mind of all Buddhas. Residing in the mind of every being, having become their mind's equality, and satisfying the mind of every being, he is for every being great inner joy. Confusion-free regarding points of doctrine, completely free from error in all its forms, his thinking free from doubt, his object threefold, his object all, 3 properties by nature. Throughout the 3 times, the content of 5 skandhas, discerning clearly each and every moment, awakened in but a single moment, he is basic nature equal to all Buddhas. With body, bodiless, the best of bodies, with realization of the peak of bodies, displaying his form in every possible way, he is a great stone, the precious gem. What all the perfect Buddhas are to know, the Buddha's unsurpassed awakening, devoid of syllables, yet born of mantra, arisen from great mantra's threefold family. The father to the meaning of all mantras, the greatest Bindu, void of syllables, with 5 great syllables, great empty one, 100-syllabled, devoid of Bindu. Endowed with every form, yet free from form, supporting half of 16 Bindus, transcending every grouping, void of members, sustaining dhyana's 4th and final peak. Aware of dhyana's each and every aspect, with knowledge of samadhi, types and families, the best of bodies, body of samadhi, the sovereign king of all the enjoyment bodies. The best of bodies, emanation body, the heir to the emanations of Buddhas, with varied emanations everywhere, while benefiting all, however needed. The sovereign of the gods, the god of gods, Asura Lord, the ruler of the immortals, the king of deities, the god's guru, the highest lord of pramatas, Pramata. Emerged from the cyclic life's imposing forest, the single teacher, guru for all beings, in every well-known world, in all directions, the eminent bestower of the Dharma. Concealed by armor made of loving kindness, well shielded by the shield of empathy, with wisdom sword in hand, with bow and arrow, concluding war with ignorance and kleshas. The Mara's enemy and tamer, hero, illuminating threats from all 4 Maras, defeating all the armies of the Maras, a guide for living beings, the perfect Buddha. Deserving homage, worthy respect, deserving reverence, always honorable, deserving worship, worthy of regard, the highest Guru, ever venerable. Traversing all the 3 worlds in just one stride, his step extending past and bounds of space, with knowing of the three, well-versed and pure, with sixfold higher knowledge and recall. The Bodhisattva and Mahasattva, with power great, transcending worldly life, perfected by its excellence of insight, now unified with insight's highest nature. The whole, aware of self, aware of other, for, fit for all, he is the best of men, surpassing all to which he is compared, supreme most Lord of knowing and what's known. The foremost master of imparting Dharma, who shows the meaning of the fourfold seal, the most revered amongst all living beings, engaged in going forth on all three paths. With glory purified by ultimate truth, most fortunate within the threefold world, the celebrated source of all endowments, supreme among the glorious Mañjushrī. Homage to you, boon granter, best of Vajras, O summit of existence, homage to you. Homage to you, whose source is emptiness, O Buddha's awakening, homage to you. O passion of the Buddhas, homage to you. Desire of the Buddhas, I pay you homage. O love of every Buddha, homage to you. The joy of all the Buddhas, I pay you homage. O smile of every Buddha, homage to you. The laugh of all the Buddhas, I pay you homage. O speech of every Buddha, homage to you. The heart of all the Buddhas, I pay you homage. Arisen from non-being, homage to you. Homage to you, arisen from the Buddhas. Arisen from the sky, homage to you. Homage to you, born of pristine wisdom. O net evolution, homage to you. Homage to you, the Buddha spectacle. Homage to you, the everything of all. O body of wisdom, homage to you. Om Sarva Dhamma Bhava Swabhava Vishuddha Vajra A. Pakriti Parishuddha Sarvadhamma Yaduta Sarva Tathagata Jnana Kaya Manjushri Parishuddhitam Upadayati A. Sarva Tathagata Haridhyam Harahara Om Hum Hri Bhagavan Janamurti Vagishvara Mahavacha Sarvadhamma Gaganamala Suparashuddha Dharma Dhatu Jana Garbha A. Then Rajadhara, ever glorious, most pleased and satisfied, with folded palms, prostrated to the Buddha, noble God, the Blessed One, the Lord Tathagata. And with a host of other Vajrapanis of varied forms, the Lord of Guyakas, sublime protectors, noble wrathful kings, he then exclaimed this effervescent praise. Protector, we rejoice, how excellent what you have clearly taught. Through you our lofty aim has been achieved, which leads to true and full awakening. And so the aims of helpless mundane beings who seek the fruits of perfect liberation, just as taught in the Maya Jala, is the noble path that leads to excellence. With largeness, vastness and profundity, with meaning great, achieving being's aims, just this comprises every Buddha's sphere, just this is taught by all the awakened ones. This concludes the supreme chanting of the names of the Blessed One Mañjushrī, the Wisdom Deity. It was extracted from the Noble Net of Illusion, a Maha Yoga Tantra in 16,000 parts, from its chapter on the Net of Samadhi. It was spoken by the Blessed One, Shakyamuni, the Tathagata.